Hello, everyone. Welcome back. The third installment in Hercule Poirot's detective mysteries is A Haunting in Venice. This was pretty good. I greatly enjoyed it. It is a I don't know if I call it a horror mystery, but a thriller mystery with a bit of horror aspects mixed into it. It's not too intense on the horror, but I think a good, like the perfect amount. I really enjoyed this story. I was a big fan of the first one, and I didn't get around to seeing the second. And just as a disclaimer, you don't need to see either of them to see any of these movies. But I think the story was really well done. I like the characters, and everything in this movie made sense. And I think that was very important to me.
I have seen the previous two. I saw them out of order. And once I was done, I realized I was like, fuck. I saw
That's
the
funny.
second one instead of the first one. But I liked them. The first one is better. The second one, the one with Gal, it's still good. It's not as good. This one I enjoyed more. It's like you guys remember that game Clue? It's like this. Well, this is at least that's what I've always wanted that fucking game to be like these movies. Kenneth is phenomenal as well. Every time I've seen the dude, he's great.
He's
He's
always fantastic.
solid actor, solid director, solid writer. I buy into his whole being this great detective. It's in Venice. There's a lot of like night scenes. It's creepy. Venice is creepy as fuck at night, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm never going to that fucking place at night. I'm leaving like before, it turns dark. There's a lot of creepy imagery in here. I like, detective noir, creepy ass shit like that. No, I'm not psycho. I just, I
It's just
enjoy seeing,
entertaining.
yeah, how it
It's like
unravels
kind
and
of just
how
like
he
like
goes
the
about it.
macabre.
There you go. If Griff, as has been happening as of late, if he hadn't have brought this up, I don't think I would have gone and seen this just because I wasn't aware that there was a third. I don't know where the fuck I've been, but I wasn't aware that there was a third one coming. I'm very glad I gave it a shot because otherwise I don't think I would have. But it's a very enjoyable movie. It's got a lot of suspense, but not like horror suspense as Griff touched upon earlier. Solid movie, man. I enjoyed it. I definitely would watch again.
Yeah, I think the characters are a bit different than the first one, and that definitely adds a bit to it. Because I mean, even though like when you boil it down, they're the same stories, but I think the unique twist on this one, with this one being a lot more of the occult aspect and the unique characters, I think really added to it. And it was just a really cool setting. We've had a lot of European settings this year, and all of them have been really great. I think this one, perhaps the killer was, I think the killer for this one was a bit more obvious, but the way that it went about wasn't.
I agree. Yeah.
I said this before, but I really didn't think it was going to tie up everything as nicely as it did. And I'm really glad it did. I really wasn't expecting, again, how they did it, but it really made everything just click so nicely. And that was so satisfying at the end.
I agree. I wasn't bored one bit. I thought it was, and I could get bored really quick. So I know I keep saying that in our videos, but no, it was upbeat. It was entertaining. It was creepy. There was a lot of like suspense and like what the hell's going on. And again, the scenery in these movies, the train, then they go to Egypt. The Egypt one, I didn't, yeah, that's the one, like I said, there's a lot of daytime shit. And for me to be creeped out for that like suspense to really sink in, this was amazing. They're in Venice. There's a lot of water. It's very dark. You can't really see what the hell's going on or who's coming at you. The music's great too. It just adds to that level of suspense. And again, Kenneth brought it home, man.
I always just have this bias against movies when it's the same actor director. I always just self-inserting yourself in your own movie, just it never seems like you're casting the best you can for that role. That's just like a preset bias I have. But Kenneth Branagh as Hercule is such a great casting.
I know two dudes that do that really, really well, and it's very fucking hard, as Griff said. Because it's like,
Because
why'd you hire
Taika, I
yourself,
hate
dude?
it every single
No,
time
fuck Taika.
Taika directs a movie. We know he's in it, and
Yeah, no,
in Ragnarok, okay, he had a great role, but he didn't need to come back for the fourth. It was just
no. But two dudes that do it very, very, very well, Kenneth and Ben Affleck,
Yeah. I think it's
or at
also
least the
just
movies
because
that
their
I've seen
acting,
them.
their
Yeah,
actings are just so much better.
because they demand more of themselves. Like, they're like, "Ah, who, if this was a different actor, would I be calling him out on this shit?" So it brings out a lot more of their performance. And they're both of these dudes are solid, solid actors. They're solid, solid directors, and they both of them can write like no one's business. So whenever they do it, it's gonna be solid.
I agree. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you thought about this movie. And were you able to guess the killer by the end of this movie? And if they're going to do a fourth movie, which Agatha Christie book would you want them to adapt next?
Oh, I think they're gonna do another one.